G'day everybody, it's Kim from Kim's Homestead again with you. We're in Victoria, Australia. How are you today? Well, today we're going to be making a cherry spiced cherry glaze. So what I have here is a large pot for cooking it in. The pot of cherries. Now I'm doubling up this recipe, so the normal recipe goes for 680 grams of cherries, pitted, sliced, diced, whatever. 370 grams of cherry jam. Now that you saw me make yesterday and it turned out absolutely beautiful, very tasty. Half a cup of port. Now because I'm doubling this recipe, I have a full cup here. Half a teaspoon of ground ginger. Well, I'm actually adding fresh ginger that has all been ground up, not the dried stuff, and I'm actually adding 3/4 of a teaspoon per recipe because I do like a little bit more ginger in it, and also 2 heaped teaspoons of Chinese 5 spice. So what I'll do is I'll combine all of this into the saucepan, and then I'll place it over high heat and bring it to a simmer. Reduce the liquid about 15 minutes roughly, or until you're happy with the consistency. Then I'll take it off the heat and cool it slightly. I'll once again use the blitzer because I don't like the glaze to be chunky, I like it fairly fine, and then it'll be ready for bottling. So I will pour in the cherries. As I said, I'm not going to worry about slicing and dicing them because I'm going to blitz them anyway. Then we have our Chinese 5 spice, which I'll just sprinkle over the top. Our ginger, our port, and then I shall pour in the jam. See, look at that beautiful jam. Lovely rich colour. Now that will set a little bit more over a bit of time. It's only a very new jam. I don't like my jams real thick anyway. They're hard to spread on my toast in the morning. Okay, now I'll just give that a bit of a stir up. Oh, that's going to be a very nice mixture. Right, we'll get this on the boil, and I'll bring you back with the next step. The sauce has now been reducing for a little while. I've actually reduced it by about half, and I've put my blitzer in. You didn't need to see that because it's really loud. I'm sure you know what it is. It just pulps up the lumps of cherries. So what I'm doing now is I'm getting it ready to water bath. Now that is a beautiful consistency, and I have tasted it and it's really, really nice. So this will go well on pork, chicken, pretty much any meats. I like to marinate either pork or steak in it. It's a nice little additive for a bit of extra something to a stew. Right, so I fill up my jars. I've got the jars are already pre-warmed, and you leave a 1 inch headspace. 1 inch headspace is from the top of the jar down to the very first ring. That will give you the headspace. This particular jar is one I'm going to fill and keep it in my fridge for using currently. You can even use it as a jam, really, if you want to. Right. Just get another jar out or two. This will be nice over winter time when you're cooking up a lot of meats. Actually, it'd go well with nice cold roast lamb too. Filled a little much. Very nice. Yes, I can hear you. waste any of that good stuff. And there we go. This one's going in the fridge, so therefore it doesn't need to be water bathed. I'm just pouring some hot water over the lids. Get a clean cloth. I'm using some very precious new lids. Only got a few left. I hope some are released soon. Right, now we will go around the rims of each jar and wipe off any excess jam. It's hot. See, as you see, you can remove quite a lot from around the top. It's best to remove it all because otherwise it will muck up your seals. And what you don't want is a false seal in your stored food. Very good. Now these are the ones that actually came with the jars, and these are the ones that we can get our hands on at the moment. Unfortunately, they don't last like these ones, and they don't seal as well, anywhere near as well actually. But you deal with what you've got at the time. Okay, finger tight. Now these will be going into a water bath canner, and I will can these ones because the mixture's a lot thicker than what the jam was. I will actually be water bath canning it for 15 minutes. But I will check the times to make sure they are correct using my ball canning book. Done. Ready for water bath canning. So that's all there is to it. If you've got a few extra cherries around, or you manage to get a good special on cherries, especially at this time of the year when the fruit's getting a little overripe, which is great for doing this sort of stuff because the sugar content of the berries are at its highest, then this is great to put up and put away in your pantry for a later date. So you can be enjoying cherries and cherry jam and cherry sauces and even cherry pies right through the winter. So why not you give it a go? Alright, thanks very much, and I'll catch you again soon.